Aloha, beloveds. Thank you so much for tuning in on this potent day. My name is Athena Rose, and I'm speaking to you from here in Ashland, Oregon. It's what many in America would call Thanksgiving Day. I don't personally celebrate it traditionally at all. I did for many, many years, and I'm feeling called to share a few things. First of all, I'm feeling really vulnerable in this share in a lot of ways, mostly because, I noticed today sitting at the table with my folks, my mom cooked like a totally traditional turkey dinner that was just garbage, I feel like, in a lot of ways. I mean, I appreciate her efforts, but wow, just seeing and witnessing the imbalance, in my own family around these holidays is really painful. And I was deeply aware that um, as someone who's been on awakening in the past 4 or 5 years through mostly working through plant medicines, um, I make my folks really uncomfortable. I make my family really uncomfortable, and they make me really uncomfortable. It's hard. It's hard. I want to speak to those of us that have been working with plant medicines and have been waking up and seeing more of what's happening and becoming more conscious. Is super hard. It's super hard to go home. It's super hard to be with my parents. It's super hard to be around the television sets on all the time, and the unconscious eating and not drinking clean water, eating sugar and mass amounts of processed foods. So hard seeing how ill my parents are, how how quickly they're aging. So hard. Not moving, sedentary lifestyle. It's really challenging, and my kids are here visiting, and seeing them sitting at the table, and they're doing their best. They're teenage boys. They're doing their best, and but it's really deeply hard and disturbing in a lot of ways. But I'm trying really hard, doing my best to stay really present with what's arising, and find my center, come back to my breath, and remember that everything's okay. We're all divine creatures. We're all God and Goddess embodied, and we are all experiencing what we want to experience. And this is the other thing that was really coming through today. Such a trip. I'm so glad that I'm continuing to tune into this awareness that I'm the creator of my experience. So everything in my experience, the experience of the dinner today, the experience of my parents, the experience of my children there, it's all me. I created all that. All these players in my experience are manifestations of my um, uh, creative powers, and I'm wanting to experience all of this. That is the key. I want to experience all this. I want to be uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable, but I need that uncomfortability for some reason. And I know that. My higher self knows that. So I welcome it. I embrace it. I'm even reminding myself right now how important it is to accept what's happening and just be in total grace and acceptance around the nature of my reality. We all have our own perception of our own individual unique reality. And the funny thing is, I also realized that our reality is all we know. All we know is what we perceive through our own individual senses. We're complete sensory beings as human beings. And so it's a beautiful gift, and super vital that we remember to stay centered in our hearts and remain in love and compassion and grace and beauty. So much beauty is available. May this message find you well. Just wanted to leave a short message here and say that I love you all, and just encourage you, those of you that are visiting your folks and are with your families, and you're not necessarily in that frequency and it makes you real uncomfortable. You feel real uncomfortable. Just pray for the healing of all of us. Pray for the collective vibration to continue to raise uh, uh, awareness to a point of being in right relationship with each other and with the earth and with the elements. And it's a beautiful time. Contrast is super sharp sometimes, and yeah, the more we welcome it and soften into it, the more um, it has the spaciousness to shift, to shift. The more we cling, the more we resist, the harder it is for the shifts to happen. So please soften, come to your heart, sing, tone, do whatever you need to do, take breaks, go out in nature. I did that today with my boys. We hiked up a steep mountain and got some good exercise, communed with the elements, and watch the sun go down. And yeah, just want to encourage you, beautiful tribe, sensitive souls, blessings. I love you. And yeah, um, we got this. We're doing it. We're warriors of the light. And it's a beautiful time to be alive. Aloha.